A Jazzmaster. I was late to the party. I got one probably after 25 years of playing, and Nels Cline made me want to have one because he got so many cool sounds. And he wasn't playing jazz. He was just playing all kinds of cool stuff. And I wound up seeing a show he did with Norton Wisdom called Stained Radiance. And I was at Eddie's Attic in Atlanta. Probably 120 people there. And he rearranged my DNA that night. It was so loud. He was playing through a twin. And he's playing improv while Norton is painting. And they're riffing off each other. So Norton is changing the painting. Nels is changing the music. And they're bouncing off of each other. It was just, I can't describe it. It was just so cool. So I wound up getting into Nels, and then started getting into Tom Verlaine, started getting into a lot of people that use a Jazzmaster for not jazz. And I have two of them. I have a classic vibe, and then I have this JMascis, which is a Squier. They're both Squiers. I have several Squiers, and I'll do videos on all those. For this, I just wanted to keep it pretty simple. I used to suffer like, I thought I had to suffer like Nels and have 12s with a plain third and do the bending and everything. I started studying his style, and he doesn't bend. He uses the bar, you know, the... So you don't, this thing squeaks. This is the original trim, but it's fine. It stays in tune, great. I did make two changes. I put a tusk nut up here, and I painted mine with a can of Krylon, great metallic. I sanded it and got the clear coat off. I didn't sand it down to the wood, so I left the white, Olympic white or off-white color. I don't think it's Olympic white. I left the color on, and I just spray painted over it and clear coat it. So I'll show you a couple sounds and things I go for, just like the intro. So the cool thing about these tremolos, the Jazzmaster tremolo, I really like them. Actually, I really like them pretty much as a superior method tremolo, because you can go into altered tunings with them. I can tune this thing down to open C, and it will stay in tune. I can still use the bar. You can't do that with a Strat. You can't do that with a Bigsby. You certainly can't do that with a locking system. You can't do that with a floating tremolo, right? And I have this set to where it'll travel back and forth. So I've got a lot of reverb on here. I'm gonna dry it up. So. So this is the bridge pickup way back here, real trebly. This is a hot pickup. People say these are P90s. They're not that I'm aware of. They're just really hot. They're really hot. Jazzmaster. If you look at these things, they're that thin. They're very thin. They're just a wide bobbin. So. Trebly things on this with the bar. I do a lot of Tele work, and I really like Teles because it's like a cutting board with a neck on it. But the cool thing is a Jazzmaster, you can get those Tele sounds, and you can do pedal steel bends with the trim. cool. You can bend. This is just a super benefit of this. You can do double stop bends, pedal steel licks. So I'll move the bar out of the way. You can do all that chicken picking stuff. So all that stuff stays in tune. So that's just awesome. You can't do that on a Strat. I mean, everything else will go out of tune because of the claw. And these things are super simple because it just has the one screw right here. So you just adjust one screw and everything stays balanced. And they're pretty easy to set up. Mike Adams, the Pusheen channel, that's really been a help to me learning how to set these things up for optimum playability. And you know, everybody talks about you got to shim the neck, you got to get the bridge up high, you got to get the break angle going, you got to set up the trim. Knowing how to do that really helps. And you don't necessarily have to shim the neck, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, that's a debate I'm not going to get into. I have a few that are shimmed. And for those particular instruments with that particular neck pocket on that instrument, yes, it helps. So your mileage may vary. Okay, so then this is cool. It's like a Tele on steroids. That's instant James Brown. Instant James Brown funk, really cool. And these will react different with overdrive. I'll go into that here in a second. Here's the neck pickup. It's a fat neck pickup. Put a little reverb on there. And the secret weapon with these offsets, with the Jag and the Jazzmaster, is the rhythm circuit. And I'm going to show that. I'm sure the offset community, you know, everybody watches these videos and we're trying to figure out how many colors you can paint with. So I'm sure, my apologies if you're not familiar with these things. I'm kind of blazing through them because I'm assuming people know about these pickups and the switching system. So this is its own separate circuit with a three-way, bridge, both, and neck down here. And then this little switch here and these weird little rollers show you the neck pickup. And I've got the neck, so it's got its own volume and tone. And then now I'm up here, and all this does is it puts you only on this neck pickup. And then you can preset a rhythm sound. That's why they call it the rhythm circuit, right? So now let's go back and forth between the rhythm circuit neck pickup and the lead circuit neck pickup, to where you can hear that there's going to be more treble when I go to the lead circuit. And everything's wide open and everything's stock. So I'm going to turn the reverb down a little bit. All right, that's a rhythm circuit. Much more high end. So it already has a resistor in here that attenuates at a certain thing. So I'm going to go back to the rhythm circuit and I'm going to demonstrate why they even bothered to put these in here. So you get a lead boost. And here's the other cool thing. Now I'm going to get some overdrive on it. Dirty, right? Really dirty. Well, you can clean it up here. Now, preset my lead. Here we go. Atmospheric stuff on this. I'm going to crank my reverb big time up. Right? Here we go. Back and forth, right? So it's really a preset. I could do a whole gig with this and a guitar chord and a Fender Deluxe or a Twin or something that's got some headroom, because you can crank it and you can get all kinds of gain, shades, textures, everything, and just control it right from the guitar. A lot of people, they want to use pedals for that. I've got pedals, I got a ton of them, and I love pedals. However, I would stress, they put these knobs on the guitars for a reason, and you can get a ton of colors out of them. So you might as well become affiliated with them and figure out how to get those shades. It's just a really smart design. When you read about the history of it kind of being a flop, as far as, it was designed for jazz guys and it had the break angle and it was like an archtop guitar in theory, but a solid body and you could get louder and yada yada. Well, that didn't fly, but think all the shoegaze guys, like Kevin Shields and JMascis, Dinosaur Jr., and Tom Verlaine and Nels Cline, and there's a ton of guys. You've got Chris Stapleton playing a Jazzmaster now. He's not going through the gears on it like those guys do, but he's got visibility to it, and he's got great tone, and he's playing stuff that's not shoegaze and it's not jazz. So you can get all kinds of sounds out of these things. I'll show you how hot these pickups are. I'm going to go back. Here's how you tame a gnarly fuzz. So, clean sound. I'm going to take the reverb down. Clean, right? Now, here's fuzz. I can go to the rhythm circuit and starve it. Now I can pull I can get the Octavia thing. Listen. Tends to want to do it around the 12th fret, right? And then you can roll it a little bit more, and then you start getting more bark. Those are really cool to do with a lot of verb, maybe maybe a lot of delay. Maybe a little univibe. And then when you want to just jump out, you throw it back down here on the neck pickup, and you don't get the bright harshness. Check this out. Really hip stuff. And then you can also, I'll just dry it up again. I like to use effects to give depth to where things are happening in different time and space. I'm playing through a Line 6 Helix, and I have the expression pedal set to be more wet. So I always have a reverb on, always. And then I'll pull it back to where it's almost out of the mix, completely like a room. So this is cool. This is really cool. You can preset again, so everything's wide open. Okay, and then you preset here. You're in that middle position, like a Tele on steroids. Right? Okay, now we're going to go here. This is the Tele on steroids. My apologies. There it is. Okay, now let's go back up. Now I'm in the neck position for that rhythm circuit. You can roll down the tone. And if you do it just the right way, it's like an acoustic guitar almost, like a pseudo acoustic, right? So go all the way down and then roll it up to where you want it. Play over that with the lead circuit. I'm going to give you all three sounds wide open with clean and dirt. I'm going to roll out some tone. dirt, but I'm going to roll it in on the treble pickup. I really dig it. It's got all kinds of cool sounds. People get these and they want to change the pickups and they want to change this and they want to change that, and that's fine. We have options. Change them if you want. But take my word for it, just learn all the colors in the thing and learn about all this stuff before you go changing anything. Because if you don't know what this does and you don't know what the knobs and switches do, you might be spending money you don't need to. It might be all there. Honestly, the thing that really helped me was playing the acoustic guitar, because I learned from a fundamental level what these fingers and palms and bones and skin and muscles do. I tend to look at every guitar as a challenge, and I want to try and figure out how to pull things out of the guitar and discover things about myself. Every guitar, that's why I have a couple things hanging on the wall here. They all pull that out of you. They all inspire you. None of them play the same. So you're going to have issues to overcome. You're going to have things to deal with. You're going to have, a squeaky tremolo. You're going to have a squeaky tremolo arm. The radius on the... Oh, one more thing. I put a roller bridge on this. I forgot about that. I think the radius on this is a little closer than the Tune-O-Matic bridge that they ship with. The 6th and the 1st string are just a little higher on the Tune-O-Matic, which is fine. These things aren't really, real virtuoso guitar players aren't playing Jazzmasters doing bending. There's a reason for that. These aren't really wheedly, bendy guitars. They make you play different. You can use this bar for different things. You can set it up. I prefer offset guitars with heavier strings. Some of my guitars have 12s. Some of them have flat wounds. Some of them have 11s. Some of them have 10s. I can't go lower than 10s myself. I can't play 9s anymore. I used to have, the pointy headstock guitars and played 9s, and I can't do that anymore. So hopefully this is a good demonstration of what these things can do, other than wall of sound, indie shoegaze stuff, which I love that stuff. That's great too. But if I had to boil it down to one guitar I would take to a gig, honestly, I play this at most of my gigs. I really am a fan of the entire, just top to bottom. I love every bit of it. It stays in tune. I can go into open tunings and it stays in tune. I can play all my pedal steel stuff. I can do all my chicken picking stuff. I've got options with different circuits. I think it's just great. So it's just another testament to how amazing Leo Fender was, and he couldn't play the guitar. The guy's a genius, and we are here to thank him for that. He was just an innovator. So hopefully you got something out of this. Thanks so much for listening, and I would love to see stuff in the comments. If you want to see more of these videos, you know what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I would just love it if you get something out of this. Send it to a friend, share it, comment, anything. Want to start making more of these and make them as good as I can and looking to evolve. So thanks so much. Have a great day.